What's up everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about my thoughts as a professional player on the Way of Wade 808-4 Ultra. If you're new to this channel, my name is Lucas. I'm a professional basketball player. I play in the first league in Austria and I like to do shoe reviews. So make sure to hit that subscribe button if you don't want to miss any professional performance reviews. With that being said, let's get straight back to the 808-4 Ultra. If you've been following my channel, which I hope you've been doing, you will know that Way of Wade is one of my favorite, if not my favorite brand of basketball shoes. And the 808-4 is just another example of why they are competing or fighting for that #1 spot. They retail for 190 euros or dollars on the official Way of Wade website. There'll be a link to that website down below. So if you want to cop them, I recommend getting them over there. And for performance, of course, this is an initial thoughts video. I haven't had the chance to try them on court yet. They just arrived yesterday at my apartment. I've got wood floors though, so I tried out the traction performance a little bit, the squeak, and that's what we're going to start with. The traction pattern is changed up a lot comparing to the 808-3 Ultra from last year. You can see it looks totally different actually. The 808-3 had this wave-like traction pattern with a lot of different lines and circles, and of course also this carbon plate in the midfoot. They kept the carbon plate but also added a TPU shank plate and essentially changed up the traction pattern a lot. We've got different patterns throughout the outsole and they felt very good on my wood floors. I heard from other reviewers that they're also a 10 out of 10 performer on the basketball court, which I can imagine because Way of Wade usually has very good traction. It also seems like they'll be good on dust because they didn't pick up any dust. I also got in the Jordan 39 yesterday and wore them in my flat for the first time today, and they picked up crazy amounts of dust, whereas the 808-4 stayed really clean. So I believe they will be an amazing performer on court. Of course, we're yet to see that, but I'll keep you posted. Just make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss the full performance review when I'm talking about how they felt on court as well. For the cushioning setup, of course, they kept the famous drop-in midsole that I've been using on the 808 line. They are really one of the best, if not the best, Kobe alternative lines on the market, and I believe the 808-4 is going to be the best line or the best of the line so far. The 808-3 Ultra was an amazing performer already. We also got the highs and with different materials. They were very nice, but the 808-4 right off the box feels even better. The full length boom drop-in midsole is so thick and so soft underfoot. It's really an amazing sensation. Stepping comfort is also excellent, comfortable, soft, everything you're asking for. The only thing with drop-in midsoles, I don't know what it is with drop-in shoes, the heel area always feels a little bit clunky. On the 808-4 Ultra, it's relatively minimal. On a shoe I tested yesterday, for example, the Puma Stewie 3, which could have been a very nice Kobe alternative, it's a lot different. It's very clunky, very heavy, very bottom heavy in the heel especially, whereas on the 808-4 we have a really nice sensation, low to the ground, heel to toe transition feels nice, and the support features are also definitely there, and still the weight of the shoe is relatively low and it's also not bottom heavy. I mentioned the carbon fiber shank plate in the outsole already. They added the TPU shank, and we also have a carbon sidewall here on the side of the shoe for better lateral containment. They also have a relatively wide base and an outrigger here, so stability is good. And something else they added, which is new in comparison to the 808-3, is the midfoot strap, of course. And it actually is a strap that does something because it is connected here to the midsole. So if you pull here, you can actually tighten all the way down here to the midsole. So I think support will also be very good on the 808-4 Ultra. Last but not least, the materials, they are relatively similar to the 808-3. Breathable again, the tongue actually has breathability holes in there. It's kind of like a neoprene tongue, which I'm always a big fan of. And the breathability holes, of course, are perfect if you also want to go outdoors with them. And the rest of the upper is a little bit thicker than on the 808-3 and will probably take a bit more time to break in because, as I said, it's a little bit thicker, a little bit stiffer, a little bit more supportive. But apart from that, I think it will be very comfortable. The materials are also padded a lot in the heel area, which always makes for a comfortable ride. So overall, I think they will be really nice. The fit of the shoe for the last part of this 5-minute or less review, it's very narrow. Of course, all drop-in midsoles usually have a really narrow fit, which is kind of sad because I have a very wide midfoot. So I always struggle a little bit through the break-in period. It can get painful, but just by walking around, it didn't feel as painful as with the Stewie 3. Of course, it hurt a little bit because my feet, as I said, are so wide. But if you have narrow foot or just regular feet, I think they will be very nice in your true size. I would go with the same US size you take for Nike shoes. If you have wide feet, these are probably not for you. I recommend trying them on, but it can be a little bit difficult as they're not available in store everywhere. With that being said, that's all I have for you today on the Way of Wade 808-4 Ultra. Make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss my full review. Leave a like and comment your thoughts on the shoes. By the way, this colorway, absolutely perfect. I love pink shoes and there's so many details on the shoe. A lot of hearts here on the tongue and on the strap. Just really like what they did there. As my last words for this video, have a good one and see you next time.